Welcome to PAWS, the Pearland Animal Welfare Shelter at 8311 North Main Street in Pearland, Texas, putting furry families together in the greater Houston area since 1959. Thinking about adopting your first pet? Information for beginner pet parents. Part 1 of the PAWS Adoption Series. Adopting your first pet is exciting, and there's a lot to learn. We're going to talk about the benefits of adoption, picking the right pet for you, some other considerations, things from the pet's perspective, and the how-to of adoption. And no worries. If at any time you have questions, you can reach out to one of our trained pet adoption counselors. We're open Monday through Sunday from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. So let's talk about our shelter. We were established in 1959 by a local businessman and veterinarian named Dr. George Meow Miesenhan. Here's Meow in 1979 receiving a 20th anniversary award. And things have changed an awful lot since Meow built PAWS on his old family farm. In 2002, a new facility was built with proceeds from annual giving events and donations from people like you. At our facility, we perform sterilization surgeries on around 20,000 animals every year. PAWS is a no-kill, non-profit organization that medically treats and rehabilitates thousands of rescued animals annually. And did you know that in addition to offering low-cost spaying and neutering to the community, we also teach obedience classes, have a foster rescue program, provide disaster relief response during hurricanes and wildfires. We serve as a voluntary surrender location, and we partner with municipal offices on various animal welfare issues. At the Pearland Animal Welfare Shelter, we really care. So let's talk about the benefits of adopting a pet. The first major benefit is your physical health. Did you know that interacting with animals has been shown to decrease levels of cortisol, the stress-related hormone, and lower your blood pressure? That's right. Pet owners typically have lower resting blood pressure than people who don't own pets. The extra exercise from playing with your pet or going on walks actually lowers your risk of heart disease. All that extra exercise helps build muscle tone, keeps your lymph moving, which is great for your immune system, and even reduces aging. Pets are pretty good for you. Which brings us to mental health. Not only do pets reduce stress, but they decrease the incidence of depression. Elderly people are less depressed if they have a pet. It doesn't matter if you live by yourself or in a full house, studies show that pets help people feel less isolated and alone. During the COVID-19 pandemic, people who had pets reported they helped them feel connected and alleviated a lot of loneliness during the quarantine. In fact, people had less loneliness, less depression, less anxiety, and boosted self-esteem. Another study showed that pets provided greater social support than friends and family. Adios, Aunt Judy. Just kidding. It doesn't matter what kind of pet you have, they can provide a healthy routine. It keeps your brain in shape. For individuals with PTSD, the presence of an animal may help remind them that they're no longer in danger. They can elicit positive emotions and warmth, support social connections and psychological well-being, decrease sleep disturbance, and lower levels of anger, sometimes even decreasing alcohol abuse and reducing the severity of disassociation, depression, anxiety, and other symptoms of PTSD. Did you know that animals can even be trained to smell cancer? But wait, there's more. Additional benefits include social health. Pets can attract other people and other pets. Caring for animals teaches children about responsibility, life and death, and helps boost their self-esteem. For many people, your furry companion provides you a sense of purpose. And you'll rarely see an animal having an existential crisis. They live in the present. They're the real Zen masters. One could argue that we have a lot to learn from our animal friends. So let's not forget about community's health. Your adopting a pet gives a home to an animal who needs one. And while a guinea pig isn't likely to stop a home invasion, a big dog might, even a mean chihuahua. According to police, the best security systems are lights and dogs. When you give an animal a home, you're reducing the number of strays out in the streets that are potentially spreading disease or causing chaos. And let's face it, animals are just therapeutic for all ages, even if they're just visitors. Pets are always a hit at nursing homes and daycares and even late-night talk shows. People are crazy about pets. All right, now let's pick the right pet for you. First, ask yourself some key questions about yourself and your ideal pet. For starters, what's your daily schedule like? Do you have time for the maintenance that a pet requires? Like feeding them, taking them for walks, making sure their space is clean, that they have nice cool water to drink, everything they need, including love. And what size of pet would be best for you? And what age? A young pet or an old pet? And what kind of temperament should they have? Are you a high energy person or do you just like to chill out? Think about what kind of lifestyle you have and whether or not you want an animal to do those things with you. Another important consideration is the financial commitment. There's no way around it. Having a pet, it's going to cost something. And finally, are you going to have access to all of the things you're going to need for your pet? It's important that we give them their best quality of life because, they're giving their best to us. So let's think a little more about making sure we get the right pet for us. So here's an example of what I'm talking about. A local customer named Eddie came into PAWS saying he wanted to adopt a dog. We talked a lot about his busy work schedule, and after discussing that lifestyle with our adoption counselors, Eddie discovered he's a cat person, and cats love him too. It's a good thing Eddie was honest with himself and realistic about what he could do, and he talked it all through with the adoption counselors just like he was supposed to. He's now the proud pet parent of a tabby and a calico. Match made in heaven. So if we take a closer look at those questions we were asking ourselves, as far as the size, age, and temperament go, if I live in an apartment, I'm probably not going to want a large dog. They won't have much room to move around like they want to, and it'll be difficult for me to manage. Of course, if you get an animal who's not fully grown yet, you'll have to speculate as to what size you think they may be. You can talk to your pet adoption counselor about that. And age. Those puppies and kittens are so adorable, but they're a lot of work. There are a lot of senior pets that need a new home too. How much time do I have to devote to training and frisky little attitudes? And speaking of attitudes, what about their temperament? Can I take a breed that might be more prone to strong-willedness or neediness or aggression? There's no set temperament for any species or breed. It's all a mixed bag. But there are some trends, and you can certainly pay attention to their behavior when you're meeting them. Also, the shelter staff have been with this animal longer than you have, so they'll give you an honest assessment of the animal's temperament. They know how important it is for you and the animal to be an excellent fit. Some animals are just needy. They want to be with you all the time and have issues with separation anxiety. I know I did. My dog did. So, how about that lifestyle compatibility? Can you seriously take your goldfish for a walk? Well, you can, but I don't know how excited the goldfish is. And likewise, if you live in an area with lots of animal-friendly establishments, it would be great to get a pet that would like to go with you. So, back to that maintenance and schedule consideration. Is there ample time in your schedule for potty breaks and feeding and grooming? Is there time to socialize and play? All animals need playtime. And in your area, are there resources that you may need, such as veterinarian care or pet supply stores or recreation? What about pet sitters in case you need to go out of town? Well, let's look at the issue that's on everyone's mind. What's this going to cost me? Responsible pet parents must ensure the safety and well-being of their pets. That bears repeating. Responsible pet parents must ensure the safety and the well-being of their pets. And in many cases, yes, that has a price tag. According to the ASPCA, which is the American Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, the average cost of caring for any pet, usually cats and dogs, is somewhere between $85 to $191 a month. Of course, this is going to vary according to the age of the animal, the type of animal it is, and what kind of needs they have. Many companies offer additional health insurance plans for your pets. They can be purchased for emergencies or accidents, and some even offer for standard care. It's becoming more common for companies to offer pet health insurance as part of your hiring package for a recruitment incentive. Don't worry, just be prepared. A smart pet parent has money set aside for pet health care and supplies. Okay, just a few more considerations to think about. For example, will there be visitors or children around? Pets can be socially awkward too. Some pets won't appreciate visits from strangers. And children should always be supervised around pets. Trust me, it's better for both of them. Is anyone in your household allergic to animals? Some animals cause heightened allergic reactions in people, and some don't. Remember, the best pet is the pet that's the best fit for you. Do you know the leash laws in your local area? Does your HOA have rules, or are there any special animal ordinances? You'll need to know about these. And some animals require specialized veterinarians. You can't take a hamster to a horse doctor. And think about if you're ready to commit to caring for this animal for the duration of its life. Some animals have a lifespan of 2 years and some 20. Some tortoises can live to be 80 to 150 years old. You'll have to make custody arrangements for that one in your will. Actually, that's not a bad idea for all of your pets. It is very important to consider the world from your pet's perspective. They can't speak for themselves, but if they could, they might say things like, "Please be patient. It might take some time for us to bond. Do not ever hit me or yell at me. I don't understand and I'm scared. To be on my best behavior, I'm going to need toys, treats, gentle training, and your love. My stomach is really sensitive to new food and new places. I'm going to need extra care whenever we're making any changes." Or they might say something like, "You're my whole world. Please treat me like a family member." The experts at the American Kennel Club say that it can take your new pet anywhere from 3 days to 3 months to adjust to new surroundings. And it can take 3 weeks to a full year to love and trust their new family. Of course, there are also those that have been waiting to be adopted, and they're just so glad that you found them. Okay, so what have we learned? Well, we know that the pet adoption process is rewarding with many excellent benefits. But it will require your responsibility and commitment. After you've thought it through, if you're ready to adopt now, that's great. However, if it's not the right time, then that's okay. That's what this process is for. There are other options too. You can talk to us about how to give a tax-deductible donation, or foster a rescue animal, or even volunteer service at PAWS. The Pearland Animal Welfare Shelter has been here since 1959, so we'll be here tomorrow or whenever you're ready. And for those of you who are ready now, let's talk adoption. The how-to of adoption. Okay, so some people do everything backwards, and first they meet the animal and fall in love, and then they have all the considerations and everything else, but we're doing things the right way. So you've already made all of your considerations and you've decided it's time. Whenever you're ready, come visit us at PAWS during our business hours, which is every day, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Talk to a pet adoption counselor who can talk to you about what you're looking for and introduce you around to some of the candidates. Then we'll give you a private room for your family to meet and interact with your new friends. In step 2, you've identified your match. There's basic chemistry, and it's time to notify an adoption counselor that you're ready to adopt. They're going to help you with the next steps. It's probably a good idea to plan the adoption before a weekend or when you have a couple days off, so you and the pet may spend some quality time bonding. Now in step 3, we're going to be filling out some required forms. There's only 2. We have our adoption application form and our proof of pet policy acknowledgement. That means if you're renting, you have to provide your residence's pet policy or the lease contract with the policy terms. We just want to make sure that your pet's going to have a safe home. The 4th step is providing 2 items. First is your state ID card or driver's license, and the second is the proof of residence. That's going to be a utility bill or something like that that has your address on it. After your adoption counselor processes your paperwork and ensures you've met all the criteria, and after you've paid the fees, which we'll talk about in a minute, you'll be approved for pickup, which can happen immediately. The entire process takes less than a couple hours. Step 6 is adoption fees. But don't you worry, these cuties are worth their weight in gold. Well, maybe not that horse over there. All right, calm down. Dogs are only $86 and cats only $44, but then there's also a processing fee of $20. The other category includes things like rodents, rabbits, lizards, and snakes, but we don't really get a lot of other. And many of the larger other animals are surrendered to the agricultural extension of the local university. The good news is that we offer a discount of 50% of the fee for any qualifying military personnel, teachers, or first responders. You just have to have your badge or a school picture ID. We also offer a waiver of the adoption fees, which is a full 100% discount for any families who meet certain income-based criteria, and all you have to do is ask your adoption counselor for the details. We're proud that all PAWS adoptions include free spay and neuter surgery, free lifetime registration for microchipping, free first-year rabies vaccination, flea and tick prevention, and all first rounds of other vaccinations. You're going to have your hands full with all of that oxytocin. That's the love chemical. So we're doing our part to make sure your pet has a great head start. Remember, your journey is just beginning, but here's some final steps. For your safety and theirs, don't hold your pet while you're driving. Put them in a crate or a cardboard box for the trip home. You should prepare your home in advance by removing anything dangerous from within the pet's reach. You may even want to put the poison control hotline in your cell phone. Pay close attention to your new pet's demeanor and their needs. They're trying to communicate with you the only way they know how. And you're learning each other's language. And make sure you have appropriate, high-quality food, treats, toys, hygiene needs, and accessories ready to go. Please know that our dedicated PAWS staff are here for you even after adoption day. If you have any questions or need assistance at any time, please contact us. Our goal is creating happy and healthy families. We're not just a shelter, we're a big family. This is Ramon Benitez, a PAWS vet tech since 2006, and this is his rescue pup, Buddy. You did it! You made it through part 1 of the PAWS adoption series, thinking about adopting your first pet, information for beginning parents. From everyone at Pearland Animal Welfare Shelter and all of our PAWS friends and family, thank you so much for supporting our mission. We hope you consider opening your heart and home to a wonderful new family member. Please contact an adoption counselor today.